My name is Vivian Rich. I guide ambitious women to live richer with ease by discovering the freedom to be, family to love, and finances to enjoy and share. I also happen to be a proclaimed outstanding leader by a Florida senator. Now let's get into it. A great day to be rich. It is a great day to be rich. Realize I am consciousness happening. I am super excited you're here today, rich friends. We are on the road to millions with ease. And guess what? I'm excited to bring as many ambitious women along with me as possible. In this series here, I am sharing with you the identity upgrades that I am making, as well as the structuring that is needed with regards to the identity and the business, and also how to scale with ease, of course, because that's what we're doing over here. Everything has to be done with ease. If it's not with ease, I don't think I'm going to be too much a part of it. I learned how to manage my energy, and I'm sharing with you that how to make difficult situations that appear to be that way, how to make them with ease, appear and experience them with ease. So we're going to go ahead and get started because yesterday we made sure we identified her. Yesterday we talked about her. We brought her into now, not becoming, but into the now, who she is right now. And if you missed that, we will have the replay available. You can grab that over at vivianrich.com. That's where you can get access to all things living richer with ease. And I want to share with you today how we're going to work on the structure, the presence, and the access. It all works together, rich friend. There has to be a shifting in the structure, the presence, and in order to get the access. And I am so excited because I know when I previously built businesses, it was a lot of putting all the pieces together, and I had to be the one to do it. And there was just me working relentlessly, days, hours at a time, and not necessarily honoring my body, honoring my family, honoring my energy and the people around me. I was just going. But no, not this season. We're not doing that anymore. Okay, Richard, are you with that? No, we're not doing that anymore. Type in the chat, no more. No. We're not doing it that way. We're going to build the systems today, and we're going to that hold you, okay, that support you, because when you're supported, you're able to move differently. And when you move differently, things shift and change into your experience, and they come to you differently. All right. So we're going to talk about structure. All right. But I want you to understand that structure is not restriction. Okay. Structure is just like, your vehicle. If you were driving, there's little dots on the line in the road, right? At any given time, you can veer to the left or veer to the right, but those little dots in there, they provide guardrails and safety instructions for us. That's for our safety, okay? So that's what structure does. And I can tell you, and I'll be the first to say, when I left that preschool, I kid you not, I threw all structure out the window. I kid you not, I did. It was a gradual process, but I did because I wanted to be free. I was running from something. In this case, I want to invite you to run to. When you're running to something, the you that's within you, when you're running to it, structure flows. It's easy. You welcome the structure. And that looks like, it's protecting of your peace. That's what structure does. It makes life easier for you, as it should be, right? Would you agree, rich friend? Life is supposed to be fun. And guess what? I'm going to have it. And I know you are too. We're going to have that fun, but we need to make sure we have some structure, and that structure will provide some consistency for us. It gives us the peace because we kind of know what to expect. And we've set certain expectations, so we know they're going to come. So that's where that structure comes in. Not rigid, okay? We're not doing rigid up in here, because life, as I know, has a way of shaking your cart. And if you get so rigid, that it could be very difficult. if you're not fluid. So we're going to be fluid with the structure, just like driving an automobile, staying in your lane. You might have to, make some adjustments with the steering and so forth as the road changes a little bit and so forth. But nonetheless, there's still the little lines there to help you maintain some structure in your experience called life. So one of the things that I realized as a leader, that if I didn't have structure, what that meant most often time, that meant I was bottlenecking everything. Okay. That meant every decision had to come through me. And I saw that when I was doing that business that way. Now what I've implemented are systems, and the systems are set once and they work and they work and they work. And therefore, I can bring new people into that system, and it works and it works. That was a part of the process when I expanded my preschool business from being, home with my daughter, because, I left a good job, a legal career, to be home with my daughter, and did such a good job with it that within a short period of time, my income with the preschool exceeded my good job. And we grew and expanded so much that we had multiple locations, and was recognized by a Florida senator as an outstanding leader in education and youth development. So what I'm saying with you, all that did not happen until I had some structure in place, because when I initially started, I did have structure in place, but I had to continue to expand the structure as the organization was growing. And that's what's going to happen with you, rich friend. On your road to millions, you'll get the opportunity to continue to expand and expand. So when things come in your experience and it looks like it's not the ideal, the way it's supposed to work, it's not what you want, it looks like a setback, I want you to invite that and take a moment and just sit with it, okay? Don't get upset. You might feel something. I want you to feel that and let it process, but don't let it take you all day, okay? We got to move it faster. We got to go from, oh, that was a bump in the road, to, oh, okay, here we go. We're still driving. So I want you to actually take a moment and sit with it and just bounce back with it, okay? And so that you can continue to expand, because all those things that show up, they're part of the process, okay? The adversity, the no, the delay, the yes, the heck yes, the wow, the excitement, all of it is a part of it. It's all a part of the process of you being, you being and expressing yourself. So it's all a part of it. Nothing has gone wrong, okay? Only thing you get to do with those things is giving you data, and you get to modify. You get to modify that data and modify and make different choices. It's not so much as what's happening to you. Life is happening through you, okay? I want you to remember that. Life is happening through you. So that means you are the controller, and you are sitting with your hands there controlling and navigating all the things in all the way they should be. Now, I want you to take just a brief moment here, okay? I want to invite you to a little reflection, okay? I want you to think about your business, because that's what we do. We work with business owners, ambitious women, single mom entrepreneurs, as I once was. And yeah, as I once was, single mom entrepreneurs, to structure profitable businesses. So I want you to just take a moment here and just think, in your business, what is there one thing that you personally are holding together? You're the one that has to do it. In your home, in your leadership, what is one thing that requires you, that it could be done and delegated, but it still goes through you and only you? Think about it. Think about it. Because what I've learned, rich friend, a lot of times that looks like leadership, But in actuality, it's not. It's bottlenecking. It's bottlenecking. And I really want you to understand you want to have peace. And if you want peace, you cannot be the bottleneck. Everything does not have to go through you. So, like, even when I created the journal, The Journey, guidebooks that come out every month, and I thank you all for showing them so much love, especially last month and now this month. You're locked in. I thank you. So, what I was thinking when I was structuring that, I knew that I wanted you to be able to receive your guidebook by after soon as you click a few buttons, bam, you pay and you get your guide. You're in the society, or you're on Amazon and you just want to stand alone, that you would be able to get access to it without me. So I did the research, set up the systems on the back end once, so that they automatically come to you. Now, can you imagine if every time you placed an order, I was getting the magazine? I got a room full of magazines and I'm getting them and I'm packing them up and I'm sending it to you. Let me tell you, girl. I'm going to tell you, rich friend, you never get that book. I'm just going to be honest with you. You would never get it because it's too much work for me. It's too much work for one person, because I know that Live Richer with Ease and the Journal, The Journey, is a global movement helping ambitious women and single mother entrepreneurs to live richer with ease, the freedom to be, the family to love, and the finances to enjoy and share with ease. So that is too much for me, for one person to do. So I got systems in place to support. Systems. Now, do those systems need some tweaking every now and then? Of course they do. That's part of the experience of life. Things evolve and get better and better, even if it don't look like it on the front end, okay? So I want you to think about that. What in your business, in your family life, what is it that is actually requiring only your hands? Because there you get an opportunity to put some structure around it and give yourself some peace, okay? We want you to have some peace because that's what it's all about. And once you have that peace, we can definitely have the profits. Profits follow peace. I'm just going to tell you that. Profits follow peace. It does. When you are at peace and you're loving what you're doing, you generate more revenue and you have opportunities for more experiences to come into your life. And your profits continue to increase. So it's like a cycle. It just flows, you know. So once you got that peace going, the profits are following. The profits are not far behind. What I've come to learn, though, rich friend, and even myself, when I first started out in business, I was so excited. And like I shared with you, within a short period of time, my business that I started to be home with my daughter, the income revenue exceeded what my previous good job was paying me. Now, that looked great and everything, right? It is, and it's exciting. I'm not going to diminish that at all. That is an exciting accomplishment. However, here's the thing that I didn't know at that time. The income, also known as revenue, that's the money that comes in. Initially starting out, I had no knowledge how all this stuff worked. I was just like, oh, the money is coming in every Monday. Woo! So yes, there's more money. And super excited about it. However, on Friday, as we grew and grew, or the 15th and the 30th, as we grew and grew, that revenue had to be split. And there were other people have their hands that needed to get some of that revenue. And what was left is considered profits. And that's what we want you to be in. Profits. We want you to have what's left, what stays with you. And we believe in structuring it in a way, legally and ethically, that you pay yourself first. All right. So profit is what stays with you. Many businesses are busy and broke at the same time. That's not us. On this road to millions, no, we're not going to be busy and broke. Absolutely not. I want you to think about the true cost of what it takes to deliver your services and price accordingly. All right? Price accordingly, because a lot of times when you're starting something new, your confidence is not quite there. So your pricing is lower typically for the average person. You're lowering your price because you're trying to attract clients and attract some eyes on your business. It happens all the time. It's a strategy that works. I'm not going to knock it. However, I want you to be vigilant to know your price so that you can bring it back up as quickly as possible to what it costs you to do business. What is your capacity? What are your margins? And you're acting as a steward over this. Okay, it's not just good math, it's being steward. You get to do these things, especially if your intention is to live richer with ease, and you joining me on this road to millions. Okay, I want you to think about it. Think like a businesswoman, even in your home. What does it take to run your household? You got to know. We get to know the numbers. We get to know these numbers. The numbers are important for us to know, and we guide the numbers. All right. We're guiding the numbers. We're not going to let them guide us. Most times I've been that person at one point too. I see so many ambitious women and single mom entrepreneurs. I mean, terrified and being a slave to the number. I've been her. That if the number isn't right, that dictates your mood. Oh my gosh, I don't have any money. Oh, I didn't get any money coming in today. Oh, the business is not doing well. And as you say that, guess what? Cancel that, cancel it, cancel it. As you say that, so shall it be. So what I want to invite you to is these numbers are just data. Giving you data, giving you information. They're like the guardrails, okay? Think about it. Remember the little white lines we just talked about on the road as we were driving? They're just there to help keep you safe, so you know where you stand at any given moment. You get to know this. You get to know this, okay? I'm telling you, get to, because it's optional. There are so many women, and it's unfortunate that have no idea of what it takes to run their household, just the bare number, okay? They have no idea of what it takes to run their business, especially when they're coming into business. They're looking at the revenue, the money that's coming in. They're not looking at what's going out. They're not learning how to read spreadsheets, balance sheets, and things of those natures. Those are all some of the things we share with our Rich Society members inside of the Rich Society, and our friends over at Fresh Start Wealth Solutions help ambitious women like yourself to be able to understand and comprehend the numbers, the revenue, the profits, as well as know the expenses. Okay, we need to know what it takes. That has to be known, all right? And when you do this, you will no longer be just busy, you'll be profitable, all right? When you start to pay attention to your numbers, that's when your profits will increase. As you all know, there's this little thing in our brains and the way we're made. There's a little thing called a reticular activator, okay? And what the reticular activator does in our brain, I'm going to go a little nerdy, a little scientific, but anyway, just going to bring it to you. So you're going to notice this, and I'll put it in everyday terms as well. So what happens, a reticular activator will pay attention to the thing that our brain says pay attention to. And what it does, it will start to spot it everywhere for us. So like let's stay with the vehicle. If you drive a white vehicle, or you're anticipating purchasing a vehicle, or you're anticipating purchasing a new dress, and let's say it's red, or a new vehicle that is white, particular model. And I did this here with something else. Pink. Okay, I'm going to help you do something this is going to be really good here and very profound. I want you to see a pink vehicle. Just see a pink vehicle. Any pink vehicle, pink, okay? Because those are kind of different. You don't see them every day, right? So you see a pink vehicle. Your reticular activator, at some point within the next 24 hours, you're going to see a pink vehicle because your reticular activator is going to be looking for it, and it's going to energetically bring it into your spirit and your experience. And you say, Vivian, okay, what does that have to do with my business? What does that have to do with me? All of that. Back to your numbers. What you're focusing on, it grows, okay? It's going to come into your experience more and more. Whatever you're focusing on, that's what's going to happen. It expands. So if you're focusing on prosperity and abundance and the road to millions, baby, welcome to the, come on, welcome. We are going to do it with ease, of course. Okay. So that's what I want you to think about. Whatever you're giving your attention to, that's your most valuable commodity, your attention. Whatever you're giving your attention to, that's what's going to show up into your experience. And it provides access. Access makes it easy, okay, for people to find you. When we're talking about access in business today, we're talking about access for your client to find you, also to be able to purchase from you. So you all know where to find me, and you know how to shop with me at vivianrich.com. You can go right there and you can see a plethora of different options of things that are available for you, especially if you want to upgrade your identity, if you're looking to structure your businesses, okay? If you're also looking to scale them with tools and systems, that is very possible. So we want to make sure people have access to you, because that access parlays over into your profits, and it also parlays into your identity. But your identity is what supports it all. Your identity is the foundation. Your identity of who you are, what you believe about yourself, who you are, and what you know is possible for yourself. Okay, we're not just believing, we know that we are divinely protected and lavishly cared for. We know that we are the head and not the tail. We know that money loves us, and we love money. We know that we are happy, healthy, wealthy, successful, and free with loving, caring relationships. Thank you, God and me. That is your signature. That is who you are. And when you know these things here, access has to be granted. Access. And that's what we want to make sure our clients have, that access as well. And you can get access to all of these different trainings and teachings inside of the Live Richer with Ease community, also known as the Rich Society. It just works that way when you have the access. And guess what? I'm going to share this with you, okay? A little bit deeper. I know we touched on this a little bit more. It's a little earlier, but all of this here, structure, profits, and access, it has a tool that we call, that moves through there, called money. And money needs structure. I know. Like, oh my gosh, Vivian, you're back with that structure word again. Money needs structure. It's not a mystery, okay? Uncertainty around money rarely is a math problem. It's usually just a missing system. So I want to invite you, rich friend, and with getting your money systems in place, knowing that number it takes to manage your household, expecting that number and above to come into your experience, okay? Because I don't think you've ever seen this. And tell me in the chat, have you ever seen a tree that has one leaf? Have you ever seen a tree with just one leaf? One leaf all the time. Or a tree that bears just one apple? A fruit tree that just bears just one single fruit? Have you even opened a fruit that you pulled off a tree and there was probably just one seed? There are certain ones like avocados, they do have one seed in them. But for the sake of this analogy here, there is abundance, all right? Abundance is everywhere. So I want you to look at life and look at your situations like that. It's all the way around us. And guess what? Your belief about it, your feelings about it, brings more of it into your experience, or it repels. So it's up to you. It responds more to your feelings than your words. Oh my gosh, when I got that, that's been the truth. That's been the game changer. Everything responds to how you feel more so than what you say. because you all know that, you say that saying, watch what people do more so than what they say. You believe what they do more than you believe what they say. However that adage goes. Anyway, the same is true, and I would not be surprised if it came from the spiritual laws, which I know all of these things come from because we're spiritual beings. But I want you to get into the practice of knowing that the money is present, calling it out, naming the numbers, how much it is, tracking them. But before you do any of that stuff, make sure you feel good, okay? Remember, I said the feeling is the secret. Feeling is the secret. When you feel good about opening your bank account, I want you to say yes. And you get those little white envelopes in the mail, or you get those notifications that payments are being withdrawn out of your account on such date. Be excited about it. Be excited about it. The more excited you are about it, the more it will come. It says, hey, I'm able. I have the capacity to hold more. Thank you. I have the capacity to let it flow and circulate. Remember, as it's circulating, it has to come back to you. If it's stagnant, it does what stagnant things do. Stink, okay? Stagnant. Not that you got to disperse all of your funds. There is wisdom in this, okay? You keep and you circulate, all right? You keep and circulate so that you can actually experience the life that you know is possible for you, the freedom to be, the family to love, the finances to enjoy and share with ease. Now, I want to ask you a quick question here. We're going to identify some gaps real quickly. We talked about the structure and, different things in our businesses and in our life. I want you to answer this question and put it in the chat. Don't be shy. We're family here, okay? We're rich friends. We are rich friends, and that's how we get better. Iron sharpens iron, all right? So, rich friend, where are you bottlenecking in your business or even in your home, in your life? There are people that I was actually talking to a client, and this is what the scenario was. She has a young son, and her son is eager to support and help her in anything she needs, anything she wants. He's just like, let me help you. I got this. I got this. I got this. Yeah, small children are like that, right? Would you agree? They're eager to help. And she was like, no, I got it. It's just better for me to do it. It's quicker for me to do it. And I just asked her, was she open to some feedback? And reminded her, because I knew when my children were little, I didn't have a problem. I let them, yeah, you're going to help because guess what? I know you're going to get older and I'm going to need your help. And you will be willing and already primed for that. You're ready to do it. So I shared that with her. I said, when you reject his support now, he's going to think when you get older and you really need his support, he's going to say, you got it. You got it. Because you always said that. So I want to invite you to look and see in your structure, where is the gap where you're bottlenecking, where everything's got to go through you. You got to put your hand on it. And if you don't put your hand on it, it's not happening. Find that in your life, okay? Because it's not supposed to be that way. Think about it. Are you supposed to, if you had to inhale, if your heart only worked when you touched it and you thought about it, I don't think you'd be here for long, my rich friend. I really don't. I really don't. I know I wouldn't. So that's called bottlenecking. Let's release it and let it flow, okay? And then the next area I want you to look at is in the profits, all right? Look at profits. Profits not only are in business, but profits are in your household, all right? Look at the profits. Where is revenue leaking? Meaning there's more money going out into places and into things. You might be paying for multiple subscriptions. I see that often when we do our taxes over in Fresh Start. We do taxes for our business clients over in Fresh Start Wealth. I see where business owners pay for multiple subscriptions that actually overlap and do the same service. I've been there. I recently had to go through my own subscription thing because that fruit company that we all use, And we have all our subscriptions going through there, especially if you're that kind of user, you use those that device, and you have all your things going through there. And people now, the platforms with the different apps and the app developers, they don't know, they go through there, and the way that that company has set it up so that everything goes through them you can't just buy different products and put it on their app, their device. It doesn't work that way. Well, anyway, they have everything go through them. And honey, let me tell you, I looked recently, like maybe 2 months ago, and I saw the number was like, I didn't realize I was paying 3 figures. Okay. 3 in subscriptions. I was like, oh my gosh. And of course, then I had to do an audit and look through there and say, okay, where are these overlapping? Do I really use this? Is this, where is it making my life easier? Is it adding to my joy? Okay. Is it adding to my joy? If it wasn't adding to my joy, making my life easier, and especially if it was overlapping with another service, it was gone. The subscription was canceled quickly. So that eats at your profits, rich friend. It eats the profits in your household. It eats the profits in your business. So we get to be good stewards over what we have. And stewardship is meaning that we are trusted with these things, and we get to multiply them. Okay. Because that's what we're here to be, multiply. All right. And then I want you to look at the next area of your access. All right. Where does a ready buyer hit friction? Someone that's ready to buy from you, where are they hitting the friction in your process, in your systems? Is it, someone goes to your website or they hear you on social media speaking of your services and things, and there's no link in the bio, or there's no link available for them to get to know more about you and how to do business with you. Or maybe you actually do have the link there, and however they go to the link and there's this long page and they forgot why they got there. That happens. The attention span is different these days. It's different. It is your most valuable commodity, though. Your attention span is your most valuable commodity. So I want to make sure that you have your businesses set, that it's structured to scale, and that you can live richer with ease on this road to millions. Okay. With ease. It's all with ease. It can be done. I want to invite you to name just one area in the spa. What we did with spa, and we teach that over our friends at our friends over at Fresh Start. They take you through the spa method on the financial side of you structuring your business, and they help you with this more in detail and in depth. And we're very fortunate that they are working with us here at Live Richer with Ease to bring this training to you for those that want to go deeper in this and want to get a better handle on their finances. They're helping us work with those things, and they're going to work with you and a small number of you that click the link. It's in the description box to move forward to working with them on varying levels of getting a handle on the finances, because I know that is an area that really frustrates many business owners, especially ambitious women, that sometimes just don't pay attention to it until it demands their attention. And we're not going to have that happen. And also, our friends over there at Fresh Start is helping those of you that say, hey, I want to increase the additional income. So there's some things I need to know. And they share more resources to increasing your income and so forth with that. And so we've partnered to offer a legacy training, a rich legacy training, where we work together more intimately, and you'll get the opportunity to know more about all of the things that we're talking about here on the roads to millions with ease. Okay, you're going to get to go deeper into each one of these areas. So first day we did identity, and today we did structure profits. We did the structure profits and assets, also known as the SPA. So that was today. And then tomorrow we're going to make sure we're going to close by affirming the structure, the profits, the access, and we're going to create the container, okay? But none of it scales until we have more hours. Okay, we're not trying to work more hours. No, 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 no. We're not working more hours. What we're doing is we're scaling these systems so that we get our time back. All right. And tomorrow I'll be sharing with you how I utilize AI tools to assure that, as I shared with you a little bit earlier, and how to create automations in your business. We are going to talk more about that more in depth tomorrow. So I look forward to seeing you. And be sure to leave a comment and share this out and come back with a friend tomorrow. Look forward to seeing you. Until next time, it is a great day to be rich. Realize I am consciousness happening.